Hello, everybody, teachers and students. Today, I'd like to take a few minutes and give you a quick rundown of a great Google tool called My Maps. Okay, Google My Maps basically is uh, a mapping system used by Google that you can personalize. You can take notes on it, add pictures to it, um, do a whole bunch of stuff useful for class, whether it's ELA class or it is social studies class or science. Pretty much any class can easily use this program. It's pretty cool that you can actually see um, where everything is happening in the world. So to get started, if we just go type in My Maps in Google, it's going to be our first option up here. Okay. So whenever we open this up, we're going to see um, we have no maps. So we're going to start by creating a new map. Okay, whenever we click on a new map, it will then take us to Google My Maps. Okay, so a lot of features here. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see most of the world. And many features. I'll just run down through these real quick. But to add a title would be nice to, stay organized and have everything so we could do um, just type in my social studies map. Make sure you save it. One thing on this program, you must save everything you do. Okay, so we save it. That'll be our title. We can add different layers here. This is really useful. You could do it like per unit. So if we just did like our first one, call it geography, then we'll have that unit there. We can add other layers, and it's pretty cool. You can turn them on and turn them off as you go. Um, so this base map we can change, have many different views depending on your preference. I prefer the satellite image, so we can actually, like taking pictures of the Earth there. Okay, so the main thing I want to go over is just dropping pins and adding information to whatever we're trying to do. So if you type in, like, say, your hometown, that's one way you can add a pin here. So if I just type in Cleveland, Ohio, you will see it takes us directly to Cleveland. Okay. Now, this is not yet on your map. Okay. Um, by clicking this plus sign, we can click Add to Map. Okay. Um, so now when this pin turns blue, it's on there. I can close it. We can search all around Cleveland area. Just simply click back on it. It will take us to that pin. Okay. I would prefer to remove the address or any information here. Just makes it look cleaner to me. So now we have this little menu within our text box. So the paint bucket is our style. We can change the color of our pins. Students, you can get creative and like color code different things. If you're maybe American history class, you can do maybe where different presidents were from, or different eras, or different battles for different wars, different things like that. You can also change the icons um, to whatever you would like. Okay, if there's parking there, or bike riding, or different, many different things you can choose from. Okay, so we'll just keep this as a normal pin there, and I like blue, so we'll make it blue. Okay. That's what the paint bucket does. The pencil allows us to edit. So I could say, you know, um, add a blurb about Cleveland. Okay. This is where I live. Okay. Um, home of the Cavs, Browns, and now the baseball team, the Guardians. So make sure you save. Okay. Next is the camera. So by clicking on the camera, we can add an image or a video to this. So whenever we select the camera, we have many options here. We can add an image URL, photos that you already have uploaded to computer, from your drive, Google Image Search, YouTube's, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to do a Google image search for, say, Cleveland sports teams. We'll get them all in there at the same time. Okay. Bam. I like this image here. So I would just click on it, hit select, and then now you have an image. And I think this is a great way to visualize and, maybe recall some information. So if I'm clicking through this, say the topic is, ancient civilizations. If you see a picture of a pyramid, you're going to be thinking ancient Egypt. If you see a image of Great Wall of China, you should automatically be thinking ancient China. Okay, so we can also add a video. Doing the same way, we could search YouTube. See what Cleveland sports we have. Obviously, every sports fan in Cleveland knows about the heartaches that we've endured. So we can have this on there. So right now we have a quick video and we have an image of the Cleveland sporting teams. Okay. So lastly, these two things, obviously, we could delete with the trash can or get driving directions to there. But I think in the classroom setting, that's not too important. But maybe in a younger class, if you're learning, your directions, say northeast, south, and west, you can find something creative to do with that. Okay. So I can also fine tune where this is. If we zoom in, I can put it, directly over, let's say, here's Progressive Field where the Guardians play. So I can click on my icon here and put it directly over the field. Okay. So you can move that around, change that. And then, so any other features here, you can also draw a line, which is pretty cool. Like if you're doing a unit or a lesson on a region. Let's see, I'll just zoom out here so I can see the entire state of Ohio and we can color this in. So using this icon of draw a line, okay, we can add a line or shape. And whenever you first select, you can see your cursor has changed from an arrow to a cross. So I'm just going to start tracing Ohio. Now you could draw a line like this also. If we drew a line like from Cleveland to Detroit, all right, double click to ending it, it will come up as line 2. Okay. Say it's to Detroit. Save it, and it tells us the distance here. And a straight line from Cleveland to Detroit, 89.3 miles. Okay. So if I select that same feature again, add a line or shape, and this time I'm going to close the shape and it will come up as a polygon. So whenever you start clicking, every time you click, you can change direction. You could get really fancy with this or just be pretty close to where you need to be. Okay. So now you notice my cursor is a cross right now. And then when I go to connect them, it changes into the pointer finger. So when I do this, it changes to a polygon. Okay, so this I'm going to just type in Ohio. So now it has shaded in the entire state of Ohio. I'm going to change that color by selecting the paint bucket to yellow. Okay, so you can still see through it. You can also change the transparency. You can change the border width depending on what you need to do. So I can make it very dark where you can't see anything through it, or just very light. I'd like to see everything still in the great state of Ohio. So, but those are some basic features. You can also, like if you are, let's say, out here and need to get back to where you need to go, you just click on Cleveland. It will take you back if you are not zoomed in properly. Okay. So as you build this My Maps, I think this could be a very beneficial tool for any classroom. For ELA, you can do a lit trip on that. If there's a story about somebody traveling, maybe immigration from Europe to America, you can follow that journey. Um, for science class, maybe you can whale migration or something out here up towards Alaska down to Hawaii. If there's a tracking system on a whale, you can do that, or butterflies or something. But I think this is a really beneficial tool for any class, and it's just a visual representation that you can see. But those are the quick basics, enough to get you started. And always feel free to explore, and don't be afraid to undo anything if you don't like it. So that's a quick rundown of my maps. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy it.